You gotta wait.
Is it on now?
Yeah.
And now, broadcasting live from the USS Comte Grasse, it's News to Us, with anchor persons Sean Erikson and Andrew Pratt.
Morning, Andrew.
Weatherman and political analyst Duane Dudley. And sportscaster John Cahill.
Authorities in the Los Angeles area are confirming 18 people dead in the earthquake that hit this morning. 9 of the dead were victimized by an apartment building collapsed in the North Ridge section. Hospitals in the area say they've received a tidal wave of wounded people. Andrew?
A Detroit police official says he understands there are warrants out in the attack on figure skater Nancy Kerrigan, but he won't say how many they are. He also says, as far as he knows, Kerrigan rival Tanya Harding has not been implicated, as a Boston TV station reported.
Thank you, Andrew. The widow of Martin Luther King Jr. is using the holiday in his honor to draw attention to violence. Coretta Scott King said in her annual State of the Dream address that people nationwide are demanding that the violence end.
Russian President Boris Yeltsin says he's not pressuring President Clinton for more U.S. aid. He says he seeks no more than was promised already in the first day of their Moscow summit. Clinton praised Yeltsin for firmness on reform. Our political analyst would like to say something about this situation. Now back to Sean.
Oh, back to the earthquake. At one Southern California hospital, people without serious injuries were turned away and told to go elsewhere. Thank you.
Thank you. Outgoing Defense Secretary Les Aspin wants women soldiers to get more chances to take on the enemy. He's lifting the ban on putting women in non-combat roles where the risk is as great as combat troops have. Political analyst, what would you like to say on that? Okay, back to you, Sean.
The National Guard is out in Paris in parts of Ohio and Kentucky as the Ohio Valley refills under the weight of as much as 2 feet of snow. Major highways are shut down and schools closed, and there's some moisture cold air on the way.
NASA is showing off the Hubble Space Telescope's clear pictures of distant stars. As evidence, the refurbished scope now works. NASA's administrator says last month's space shuttle trip did the repairs it was meant to. Sean?
The racial discord that plagued the New York mayoral race continued today as the new mayor, Rudolph Giuliani, tried to deliver a conciliatory speech to mark the birthday of Martin Luther King. Hecklers in the mostly black audience interrupted Giuliani, with one woman calling him despicable. And what do you think about that, political analyst?
Despicable.
Andrew?
The jury in Eric Menendez's murder trial is trying again for verdicts. A judge in Los Angeles sent them back after jurors reported for the second time they're deadlocked. Separate juries are deliberating whether Menendez and his brother Lyle killed their parents.
Okay, President Clinton has finally made it official. Southern California will get federal help to deal with this morning's strong earthquake.
Yes!
He said a formal disaster declaration should be ready by the end of the day. The quake hit early this morning, about 4:30 Los Angeles time, and measured 6.6 on the Richter scale. It was centered just north of Los Angeles near the suburb of Northridge. At least 8 people were killed, and the toll may well go higher. One man died beneath the collapsing freeway. Another was thrown from a hotel window. Already there have been at least 10 aftershocks, with a strong chance of a level 5 tremor within the next few days. They've caused gas leaks and down power lines. Some 30 to 50 structures are said to be on fire, apparently because of gas breaks that have ignited. Power outages have forced the LA International Airport and John Wayne Airport to shut down. Firefighters are being kept busy and worried about Santa Ana winds, which are expected to pick up this afternoon. Any fire still going could spread by those winds. help has been pouring in to help the firefighters, including a contingent from Las Vegas.
And now, these commercial messages.
And now for the sports. John?
Here's the latest in sporting news. Montana leads KC in a comeback. The Chiefs rallied from a 13-7 trailing score in the fourth quarter before Montana led 3 touchdown drives and a 28-20 win over the Oilers. The Chiefs defense had a big say in the comeback, sacking the Oilers quarterback Warren Moon 9 times while holding Gary Brown to just 17 yards on 11 carries. But it was Montana's passing and Marcus Allen's fourth quarter run that put the Chiefs into Sunday's AFC Championship game. Montana tossed touchdown passes to J.J. Birding, while Willie Davis during a 54-second span of the fourth quarter. Moon rallied the Oilers by finding Ernest Gibbons for a touchdown, but Allen sealed the victory with a 21-yard touchdown run with 1:55 remaining. The Bills will entertain the Chiefs Sunday in Buffalo. Now to Irving, Texas. Dallas will be hosting the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game Sunday after dispatching the Green Bay Packers 27-17. The Packers carried a 3-0 lead in the second quarter before Troy Aikman tossed the first of 3 touchdown passes. He found Alvin Harper for a leaping catch and Joe Novacek on a second quarter scoring strike before hitting Michael Irvin for a third quarter score. Emmitt Smith rushed 13 times for only 60 yards despite a shoulder separation. He sat out most of the second half, but says his shoulder's fine and he'll be ready for the championship game against San Francisco. Aikman carried the load in Smith's absence, completing 28 of 37 passes for 302 yards. The Cowboys topped the 49ers 30-20 in last year's NFC title game and beat the Niners 26-17 during the regular season. Now to figure skating. I'm not even sure if figure skating is a sport, but Tonya Harding is denying any involvement in the assault on the U.S. figure skating rival Nancy Kerrigan. Harding's attorney read a statement saying the skater was shocked and angry that anyone close to her or in her camp would be involved in the attack. Her coach says Harding deserves to be on the U.S. team at next month's Olympic Games at Lillehammer, Norway, and the U.S. Olympic officials met yesterday to discuss their options should Harding be implicated in the attack. Kerrigan skated yesterday for the first time since being clubbed on the right knee in Detroit January 6th. Kerrigan reported the knee was a little stiff, but she said it felt good to return on the ice. Steffi Graf posted an early win and a first step in her quest for a fourth Australian Open tennis title. The German was selling through her first round match today before Kimberly Poe had to retire, trailing 6-1, 2-love. Also advancing to the second round are 7th seed Enki Huber, number 12 Amanda Kozer, and 16th seed Lindsay Davenport. But 11th seed Zena Garrison-Jackson was upset by Sabina Hack in straight sets. Jim Courier nearly became an upset victim in the men's 3rd seed. He needed 5 sets before stopping Brian Shelton 4-6, 6-1, 6-7, and 6-2. 6-4. The 7th seed Cedric Pauline wasn't as lucky, dropping a 4-set match to Martin Dam. The seeded men's winner included number 5 Gorgon Avanashik, 11th seed Mark Grasse, number 14 Karl Novacek, and number 15 Yvonne Lendl. In Honolulu, Australian Brett Ogles 4 under 68 allowed him to post a one-shot win over Davis Love III at the PGA's Hawaiian Open in Honolulu. The lead changed hands on the 17th hole when Ogle birdied and Love bogeyed. Ogle pocketed $216,000 in winning his 4th worldwide tournament, a little bit more than an E5 makes in the Navy. The old and the new helped Boston snap a club record 7-game home losing streak. Rookie Dino Raja scored a career-high 29 points, and Robert Parrish added 26 to lead the Celtics to a 105-100 win over Denver. The 16-time NBA champions also stopped the 5-game losing streak and improved to 14-23 on the regular season. In other NBA action, Portland was 11 points down in the third quarter before taking a 106-101 decision over Charlotte. Clifford Robinson's 20 points paced the Trailblazers. Kevin Edwards had 25 points, and Kenny Anderson added 24. Jersey Nets 99-94 home win over Utah Jazz. The Jazz have dropped 5 of their last 6 games. The Minnesota Timberwolves say a move to San Diego is very plausible. A San Diego investment group is attempting to build a downtown sports arena and hopes to land the Timberwolves after this season. Wolves Chief Financial Officer Joe Petrosi says there's still work to be done, but feels the move is possible. Hoosiers remain perfect in the Big Ten with basketball's longest home winning streak. Leary scored 16 second-half points as the 11th-ranked Hoosiers rallied from 15 points down to top number 10 Michigan, 82-72. Allen Henderson added 19 points and 16 rebounds to help Indiana run its home winning streak to 37. The Wolverines have lost 6 straight at Assembly Hall. There were 2 other games yesterday featuring top 25 college basketball teams. Number 22, Alabama Birmingham, set Memphis State to its 7th straight loss, 85-57. Robert Shannon shook off a scoreless first half and hit 7 3-pointers and had 26 points over the final 20 minutes. And Purvis Green poured in 22 points to lead number 23 West Virginia to a 70-60 victory.
You like it like that, don't you?
Over George Washington. Mike Keenan and Steve Larmer made triumphant returns to Chicago Stadium. Larmer scored on a penalty shot, and Keenan coached the New York Rangers to a 5-1 win over the Blackhawks. Adam Graves added 2 goals to help Keenan post his first victory in Chicago since leaving the Hawks last season. There were 4 other games on yesterday's NHL schedule. Mark Recchi scored twice, and Eric Lindros added 3 assists in Philadelphia's 5-2 victory over Los Angeles. The Flyers have won 3 of their last 4 games. Buffalo had a 3-point night from Alexandra Mogany in a 4-2 triumph over Dallas. Mogany had 2 goals and an assist and owns a 6-game point scoring streak. Geoff Courtnall scored 2 power play goals, and Kay Whitmer turned aside 27 shots in Vancouver's 4-3 victory in Anaheim. And Mikael Anderson scored twice, including the overtime goal in Tampa Bay's 3-2 win over the Winnipeg. In Lake Placid, New York, U.S. Olympic qualifier Tad Longos flew a record 97 meters on the 70-meter ski jump at Lake Placid. Randy Weber had jumps of 91 and 95 meters in the second leg of the Olympic qualification series. Both skiers have already made the U.S. squad based on their World Cup standings. Anita Wachter has captured her 3rd World Cup event of the season. The Australian edged local favorite Deborah Camboni in the giant slalom in Italy. Wachter is one of the favorites to take the gold in the Olympic giant slalom. Thomas Strangesser battled the flu to lead the 1-2 Australian finish in the men's slalom on the World Cup Tour in Austria. Thomas Sikora took 2nd, while Olympic champ Alberto Tomba finished 3rd. Leslie Thompson, Todd Boonstra, Ingrid Butts, and Dorcas Savage are among 17 skiers named to the U.S. Olympic cross-country team. All 4 skiers are making their 3rd Olympic appearance. And the Olympic torch has begun its journey from ancient Olympia to Lillehammer, Norway. The flame will be carried to Germany and several Scandinavian cities before arriving in Norway to start the games February 12th. Well, that's all there is for news right now this weekend. It was kind of lengthy on the skiing. But let's get back to the regular news with Sean. Sean, back to you.
So, Don, how many points has Dino Riley scored all year anyways?
Who's that?
Dino Riley?
He scored a lot of points this year. He's had a great season.
That's
Don't
great.
put me on the spot like that, Sean. Or I'll start asking how many people died in LA last week.
So no news on Norwegian water.
24 and counting.
No news on the Norwegian waterfowl.
Well, anyways,
Keep on going.
now for the weather.
Hey, we're here live in the North Sea. We're going to give y'all a nice update of what we're going to be expecting here in the near future while crossing the Atlantic. We can tell you we got nice little 12-foot waves, nice and cold and chilly and windy. And that's about it. Just a lot of water. Yeah, you can tell a lot of birds flying around. Nice and chilly. It's about it out here from the North Sea. Now back to you, Sean.
And now, as a tradition here on News to Us, we have our expert on everything, Jim Popp, who's today he's an expert on parking. Popp, what do you have to say about face guard?
The opinions expressed by Mr. Popp are not necessarily the opinions of his division officer, the executive officer, the commanding officer, or News to Us.
Well, there's one thing I'm not going to miss while being out on this cruise, is parking. Parking really stinks. There's not enough parking. You get here past 6 o'clock, you don't have a spot. You might as well park on the freeway, for all it matters. Just doesn't matter. If you get up late and you don't get here on time, you're walking. You might as well just walk from your house. It's easy to find a parking spot in New York City. You gotta hate it. You just gotta hate it. Oh sure, there's some people that have their own little parking spots, but we won't mention any names here. And they have good parking. All the rest of us don't have any. So if you don't get here early in the morning, you just don't have it. You have to walk. We should have more ample parking.
So, Jim, what do you predict will be the parking situation in 94?
It's gonna suck!
So,
And,
hey Jim, what do you think about long-term parking?
It long-termly sucks!
and just as a final capper, how's parking in Europe compared to Norfolk?
It sucks!
That about wraps it up, honestly.
Well, that's about it. Thanks, Jim.
My pleasure.
And now to John for sports predictions.
Thank you, Sean. I'd like to start out by talking about the AFC Championship game. It's going to be up there in Buffalo. It's going to be real cold, but I think Montana Magic will prevail. Montana's brought them this far. If the KC defense can perform like they did against the Houston Oilers, there's no stopping KC. When it comes to the NFC, I think it all rides on the National Football League most valuable player, Emmitt Smith. If he's healthy, and I didn't see him as being healthy in the game against Green Bay, if he stays healthy and he runs well and he's in there the whole game, I don't see the Niners stopping the Cowboys. I'm predicting a Cowboys KC Super Bowl. I think Jim will probably disagree with me on that. What do you think, Jim?
I think it's whoever wins the NFC because they're all going to freeze to death in Rich Stadium and they're all going to die.
That very well could be so, but I still feel it's going to be a KC Cowboys, the big show, and we'll come back to you with that news as soon as we get it. Back to you, Sean.
And that's the news.
Dun, 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 dun.